Chester44, and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode, we finished looking through the town of Scurftown, got all our quests, and then did some exploration in the region around here, as well as even completed one of the quests. Now, well, let's move on and take a look at this manor up here. A group of guards stop you by the road. You can tell they are not regular Empire guards. No self-respecting soldier would wear purple. Mercenaries, on the other hand, will wear anything if the pay is right. These guards are set for their job. Without a word, they compare your faces to a sketch they have. You don't resemble the person they are looking for, and you are allowed to pass. Yay! We're allowed to pass. Now into the manor we go. I'm sorry, mansion. This is a mansion, not a manor. I believe there's a difference. I don't know what it is exactly, but there probably is a difference. But first things first, I look all around the outside. There we go there. The hoe flies from the gardener's hands as you talk to him. His eyes are filled with dread. "Oh no! False strangers talk to me? Not today! Quick, spit into the mouth of the person behind you!" No. "Oh no, then I must do something drastic!" The man pulls out an amulet underneath his shirt and holds it tightly in his left hand. Then he hits himself really hard with his right hand. The blow leaves a bright red handprint on the man's cheek. The gardener mumbles in a low voice, "Yudiumba!" With a satisfied sigh, he says, "There, now I won't get gas from food." Doing some gardening, eh? "Naturally. It is my job as gardener. But to tell you the truth, I don't really do that much. Lady Tabitha enjoys gardening herself. I mostly just watch over the plants when she's not home. It's also my job to feed Tamara." Lady Tabitha likes gardening? Coleman nods. "I believe I just said so. See all this?" Coleman gestures at the garden. "It's all planted so the lady would enjoy herself. The Lord himself does not care for flowers and such. Lady Tabitha often talks about the garden she used to have in their home in Yonderlands. That Tabitha, she is full of childlike glee and naivete." Fancy word, that. "She sometimes believes in the stupidest things." Suddenly the gardener points at a bird in the sky. "Dear Lord! A lark! Quickly, reach for your bar of steel!" Does the sword count? "So who's Tamara?" "That'd be Lady Tabitha's pet cow. I understand that she's had it for a long time. It's a good thing, too, having a cow around the house, you know. They're good luck." "What can you tell me about the owners of this manor?" "The Duffeldorfs? Well, I'm not one to gossip." Coleman pulls out a tiny bag of some kind of powder and starts to absent-mindedly sprinkle its contents in the air. "They moved here only recently. I think it's been 2 or 3 years now. They moved in from Yonderlands, and the way Lady Tabitha tells it, she can get pretty talkative sometimes. Lord Hammock fled some kind of trouble." "What kind of trouble did they flee?" "I don't know. Something involving money. I think it's something about fearing to lose the money. I mean, the Lord did build a gigantic wall around his mansion and hired these mercenaries to guard it. Pff, and he went through all that trouble when everyone knows that if you sprinkle powdered mandrake on every door, you don't have to fear robbers." "Have you had any problems with rats?" "Not really. We had a bunch of them in the cellar, but the guards took care of them. Personally, I wouldn't mind having a few of them around. Their tails make excellent amulets. Provided they're smeared in cow dung, of course." "Of course." For reasons unknown, a single cow grazes the gardens of the manor. She is a fine specimen indeed. Clearly she would make a good milking cow, though you doubt that is the reason she is here. Perhaps she is simply a pet. She does at least have a beautiful collar. It states her name in silver letters. Tamara. Pet the cow. You give the cow a firm pat on the side. This makes Tamara gaze at you with disinterest. Perhaps that isn't the right way to pet a cow. Okay, of course, it's just a gardening shed. Moving on. Doors of this quality do not simply open for your kind, no matter how much you try to bash it or pick its lock. Nay, the doors of nobility are opened by one mean and one mean only. Knocking! Knock on the door. The door is opened by a balding man with slick black hair. He wears a fancy suit and snorts in contempt as he sees you. "Yes, is there something you gentlemen want?" "Who owns this manor?"
This manor is owned by the respectable Lord Duffeldorf and his wife, Lady Tabitha. If you do not even know that, then I wonder why you even knocked on the door.
May we come in?
Is the Lord expecting you?
No. A mocking smile appears on the butler's face.
Then there is no way you may set foot in this manor.
The butler continues to stand on the doorway, but he does not close the door. Perhaps he wants to see you leave personally. Yes, he is. You receive a deeply suspicious look.
Then tell me your names, and I shall inform the Lord of your arrival. The Lord always informs me who to expect. He does not like surprise visitor.
Tell him your real names. The butler smiles mischievously at you.
I assure you I do not remember the Lord uttering those names in recent weeks. However, I will confirm this from the Lord. Excuse me.
The butler turns at you with one more time before he leaves.
And do not steal the aspen.
With that, he locks the door, preventing you from entering the manor while he is gone. A while later, the door is reopened by the triumphantly smiling butler.
The Lord does not know you. I must therefore require you to leave the manor grounds. Good day.
The butler keeps the door open but does not grant you another word. For the respectable Von Beef Stews from Izo. You've never seen such a look of discontent.
Such people do not exist. You clearly made that name up. I will not even bother confirming this with the Lord. Please leave.
The butler continues to stare at you without closing the door. Okay, one more try. We're couriers with an urgent message to the lord of the house.
Then simply leave the message to me, as is the standard procedure with couriers and messengers.
The butler throws you a sour look.
And please do not bother claiming the message to be oral. Lord Duffeldorf does not accept oral messages.
The butler waits for you to give him the message, which you fail to do. He nods haughtily.
I thought as much. Now leave.
Okay, I believe we were told there was a secret passage up here somewhere, or something. You run your fingers on the wall. Sure enough, you find that a portion of the wall is not really there. You make sure that no one sees you and step through the wall. You are inside the manor. Alright, now for this, action we're supposed to do. You are about to step further into the manor and complete your task. However, barging in like this would be foolish. You have a much greater risk of getting caught if your entire party enters the manor. It would be wiser if only one of you would sneak inside the manor. Hold on, why can't my entire party enter? Like I said, the risk of getting caught is much greater when several people are sneaking inside the manor, especially since you people walk in single file. There are guards in there who will spot you, and it's easier to slip out of view when there's only one of you. But if my entire party goes in there, they can kill the guards more efficiently. I'm sighing in here. Look, what if I told you there isn't much fighting in there? In fact, you can complete the task without killing anyone. I'll even advise you to pick a character with high tool use. Now choose your goddamn sneaker already! Okay, you don't have to shout. There. You quietly open the door. It leads to a bedroom and someone is here. You can hear footsteps coming from your right. Someone is at the bookshelves. Let's not go to the bookshelves. You step into the hallway and freeze. There's a guard in front of you. Fortunately, he has his back turned to you at the moment. That could change very soon if the guard decides to turn around. You open the door to the guard's bedroom. You are very lucky to find that no one saw or heard you open the door. 2 guards are sleeping and a third one is idly rolling dice by a table. There's the kitchen. That's fine. Nothing in here. Oh, fine leather helmet. Well, don't need it. Ooh, more-studded armor. That's worth something, I guess. How to act around the wealthy. How to Act Around the Wealthy by I. M. Morian. The first thing you have to know when conversing with the wealthy is that they are better than you. It is a simple fact of life. Therefore, the manners of the wealthy may seem strange and indeed even frightening to the poverty, but once you have read my book, you will know how to properly behave in their company. Chapter 1. Bootlicking. Right. You spot another guard loitering ahead of you. He's poking a torch on the wall with a bored look on his face. He hasn't noticed you yet. If you keep close to the wall, he might walk away and you could advance. A hammer and sandals and a green tunic. This looks like the entry hall. You take a look around, holding your breath. You've never seen anything so fabulous as this ballroom. The shining marble floor alone could keep you distracted for hours. You can't imagine what it would look like with people dancing. You're so absorbed that you almost miss the woman sitting at the table in the south end. She is working on a towel with a needle and a thread. If you get any closer, she might see you. The guard notices you and shouts an alarm that everyone in the manor heard. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Reloading! Alright, let's try this again a bit more carefully. By the way, what will happen if we go down here? You walk in on Lord Duffeldorf himself. He is browsing through his collection of books. That doesn't prevent him from seeing you, though. Gah! Thieves! Thieves in my home! Gods! How can a man scream so loud? Lord Duffeldorf lies dead at your feet. Apparently he was never schooled in the art of combat. You search the Lord's body and find a tiny key. You pocket the key. And there's absolutely nothing in here but a bunch of coins and... Okay. Reloading. Like you said, the emphasis was on sneaking, so... I mean, I'm going to check all these other locations and grab all this other loot. Not going in there. Here, however... Hold on, I wonder... Aha! You find a loose tile on the wall. Cleverly, you decide to pull it and the wall in front of you fades away. You step into the treasury. You think that you have detected a trap, disarm the trap. Excellent. Alright then. You put your hands over the chest. With a simple movement of your wrists, you could open the chest and rob the Duffeldorfs. But let's stop for a moment and think about what you're doing. You are robbing a man who has done nothing to you. Perhaps his entire fortune lies in these chests. What becomes of him once you are done? Is this really what you want to do? Ah, quit moralizing. I've got people to rob. Fair enough. Look at the chests again to open them. A jeweled ring. 250 coins. Unidentified gold necklace. And a ruby. Now we just have to get out of here. Okay. You rejoin your party, your task complete. Now all that is left to do is return to sneak. Okay. Mission accomplished, that wasn't too bad. I swear, it looks like there's something there, but eh. Okay, hush you. Yes, I wish to enter. Here is the loot from the manor, Sneak. Sneak looks at you in disbelief as you show him the valuables. I'm surprised. Really, I am. That's quite an impressive since I haven't even heard of anything about a massacre at the manor. Good job. Now hand over the loot so I can deliver it to my employer. Here, take them. You hand the loot to Sneak. He inspects him with professional skill. And the money? Don't play dumb with me. I know the Lord kept money in the treasury as well, so cough it up. You grudgingly give Sneak the money. He gives you 100 coin back. That's your share. Thanks again. Now get lost. We don't know each other. Alright. Do you still have... Somehow you still have this stuff. I don't know how or why, but you do. Anyway, we need at least one of those things identified. By the way, what can you tell me about the rat problem here in Untitled Lands? I never knew rats could be a real problem here before, so I can't help you there. But I do remember Horatio the Wizard babbling something about the lair of the rats. Maybe you should go see him. Will do. Wait, do we not have anything that needs identifying? Okay, then. We'll go speak with Horatio, then. First, sell that, sell that. That's just a regular gold necklace. Sell that, sell that, sell that, sell that. Sell that. Bam. Okay. Horatio. Would you be willing to buy this rare, Flumbarge sap for only 150 gold? Horatio takes the bag and sniffs its contents. He collects some of the feces on his pinky finger and licks it with his tongue.
Flumbarge sap, you say? Yes, I've heard of it. A valuable alchemical tool. 150 coin is a fair price for such a valuable ingredient.
You exchange goods. Okay then. I'm looking for the lair of the rats. As a great wizard, can you offer me any assistance? Horatio strokes his beard knowingly.
The rats, you say? Destiny is at work here. For it just so happens that I need someone to fetch me some ingredients for a locator spell. A locator spell that will reveal the true location of the rat's lair.
How fortunate that he would be doing this when you need to find the rat's lair. What a stroke of good luck.
But I still need the ingredients. Yes, I do.
What kind of ingredients do you need? The wizard pulls out a scroll from his sleeve.
The first one of this is very ancient spell is...
He squints in order to read the scroll.
The moss that grows in the untitled alder. Yes, indeed. The tree grows only here in the northern swamps. You can recognize it from its peculiar odor. The second ingredient is the poison gland of a giant hornet. These deadly beasts can be found in the southern mountain range. And the final, possibly the most hard-to-find ingredient, fresh milk from a cow.
You know, I'm fairly sure it's not any specific moss that's needed, just scoop up something. Horatio raises his eyebrows. When he speaks, he seems to forget the old and cackling way of speaking. Instead, he speaks with the voice of an uncertain young man. Oh, you think so? Well, I guess I could give it a try. The wizard walks to one of his tables and gathers some kind of powder from one of the bowls.
This is moss, I think.
Hornet's poison gland, just use that green stuff in your lab equipment. Horatio looks timidly at the lab equipment and speaks in a noticeably younger tone of voice. You think that would work? Well, okay. Horatio picks up a vial of green goo. There's some cheese on that bread over there. That's practically fresh milk. The wizard scratches his head. Well, cheese is made out of milk, but, well, okay, I guess it couldn't hurt. As Horatio picks up the cheese, you can't help but wonder why his voice has suddenly lost its old crackness. That's all the ingredients, I believe, but before you mix them all up, allow me to place myself behind this sturdy oak table. Horatio stares at the ingredients. Well, this is not quite what I set out for, but I suppose a great wizard can improvise when the need arises. There's that cackling voice again. You cautiously move behind the table and turn it over. Behind the table, you can hear Horatio cackling away as he pours water in his wizard cauldron and one by one drops in the necessary ingredients. Then there is a bubbling sound.
The ingredients are mixing up nicely. Yes, I believe I can.
The wizard's voice is cut off by a thundering explosion. Once the debris stops falling, you cautiously take a peek from behind the table. Horatio seems to have expired. Usually alive people have more innards than that. A small, if a bit charred, iron key hangs from Horatio's disfigured neck. Being the corpse-looting bastard you are, you pocket it. So much for the whole locator spell. You can't shake off the feeling that you speeded something up a bit, but at the same time you missed out on some kind of wonderful experience. Well, that was silly. Ooh, an energy potion and spiritual herbs. Who needs an energy potion? You have two, you have two, you need it. A journal rests on the pedestal. Reading its cover, you find out that it belongs to Horatio. The fact of the matter is that Horatio is dead, so you open the journal to see what the wizard had been up to prior to his death. The first entry reads, I have successfully entered Scurftown as Horatio the Wizard. No more shall people mock me for being the trapper that I am. I can already see respect from people's eyes, and I have only dressed as a wizard. So Horatio is not really a wizard. Can't say that's a surprise considering how he got killed. You read on about how Horatio tried his utmost to do some magic, or at least alchemy, which the man could not tell apart. One of the last entries catches your eyes. The rats have been growing in numbers lately. They have also acted strangely aggressive. I believe someone is sending rats to attack Scurftown. I must find this lair. Then I will perform a hocus-pocus trick and claim to have seen the lair because of my spell. I will be a hero. The final entry is dated 2 weeks after the previous entry. I found it! Finally, my tracking skills were worth something. Now all I must do is find suitable buffoons to find ingredients for me, and I can finally do some magic. In the journal is a map revealing the location of the rat lair. It lies to the west. Well, that happened. I mean, it would have been incredibly silly and amusing if we had gone the normal way, but still, I'm amused and entertained. Also, I just remembered we got level ups, so, yeah. All 5 there, that's fine. Chic. Intelligence and defense. Bonnie. There. And Draco. You need the dexterity. Okay. Upon me, I'm going to go over to the... Oh, it's down here. I think we can learn a few more, spells. Yes. Enduring Barrier and Summon Shade, level 1. War Blessing, improve. And Repel Spirit, improve. I think that's good. Alright. So, we now know that it is to the west. I still say that it looks like there's something in the middle here. I could be wrong. Alright. You enter a small commune of buildings. They are inhabited by lumberjacks. They're okay. They sleep all night, they work all day, they cut down trees, they eat their lunch, they go to the lavatories, some of them put on women's clothes. You stop for a moment to talk to them. They talk mostly about cutting down trees, and some are way too excited about high heels. You ask about the rats. They sometimes dare to enter our camp, but we can give them what with our axes. Although, sometimes at night some of the boys claim they've seen a beast the size of a bear near the camp. But it's not shaped like a bear, see? It's the shape of a rat. The boys all say it moved to the hills to the west. You thank the men for the information. I saw something up here. An elderly woman greets you outside a tiny cottage. She asks you how you are doing and compliments the state of your young, strong bodies. She asks you to join her inside her cottage for rations and beverages. She talks in length about her weak hip and sore legs. She also mentions that the interesting number of rats has put a strain on her livelihood, which is alchemy. She displays several of her potions to you. When you ask her if she would like to sell the potions, she declines, but tells you that she would be more than happy to teach you some recipes. Sure, why not? Oh, we only have 200 gold. Never mind. Okay. And yes, I did recognize the reference to Monty Python there. So that's the rat's lair. And we'll go in there in the next episode. This episode's a little shorter, but it's gone on long enough, and this is a decent stopping point. Next episode, we'll go in and clear out the rats. Yay! Till then, I'm Chester44, that is Fox, Chic, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.